Hey, welcome back to another episode of John's Crypto Therapy. Today, we're going to look into the market, the sentiment of Bitcoin. We're going to see what Bitcoin is going to do and how this can maybe affect altcoins and how this might affect Ecomi. To all my Ecomi followers, welcome back to another episode. I just want to say, I'm happy to have such a great audience and such a great following. Truly amazing to see how much life-changing events that I can truly do for every single one of you guys. So before I get started, I just want to say I've been traveling a little, doing a lot of webinars for a lot of students and online and indoors and outdoors and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun to just touch a lot of people's hearts and make them realize what is possible. So if you do believe that you have what it takes, please make sure to watch these type of videos, learn as much as you can and try it for yourself. And remember, this is not financial advice. This is my advice that I give to a lot of my students and a lot of my followers. If you do want to try this out, try to get a demo account of your choice, do your own research, what you feel right, make sure the margins are right and trade it, have fun with it and see if this is a path for you. And remember, don't let no one tell you this is not for you, because you are absolutely able to make a lot of money and change your life the best way you can, okay? So remember, do your own research. This is a lot of education that I'm trying to bring out for you. So if you do like this content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to get right into it. Before I do say so, I do want to talk about Spider-Man, the drop. I think the drop was fantastic in a sense that it got a lot of people buzzing and a lot of community and the spider senses. Everyone was super happy just to realize that we did get Spider-Man, and this is what I wanted to see for the price to increase or decrease, to see exactly if it's market manipulation or if it's just the value of Ecomi right now is not going to go up because everyone is in a different topic or a different crypto pumping those coins instead. I'm truly happy Ecomi is a slow starter and it's slowly going up or slowly going down. I want a coin that is stably going up for a long period of time. I want a coin that believes in the path that it has created, and this is truly that coin. For the Spider-Man drop, I do want to say something very special. A lot of people did get their drops a little bit later than they expected. I think it's because of the over volume of people, but this is something Ecomi I think personally has to work with, because I did remember them saying even after Comic-Con, if they did get a lot of users, they will be able to handle at least 1 million or so, right? And clearly you could tell even with this much people, I would say 350 or 400,000 or close to 450,000, right? It is still hard for them to process a lot of stuff. And this morning I did go through the marketplace and clearly you could tell that it is still in maintenance. So there is a lot to be done for Ecomi, but that's the best part about this project, knowing that we could give them the feedback and they will do their best to cope with us and understand where we're coming from and try to do the best they can to help us fix that problem. So I think this team is very valuable. So when we look at my 5 best traits about Ecomi and why it will reach $1 and how it's going to reach $1, it's very easy for me to understand. It's about the team. For me, it's David, Dan, and everyone that's a part of this beautiful team. When you look at this team, it is crazy. On paper, you will be shocked. You'll be shocked how he turned Star Wars and Star Trek from a random collectible to a hobby store and just make it fun for everyone, not just for himself, and actually bringing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh back home to his original country. And it's just crazy to see, like, he is the license guru and he knows licensing. That's why he even got Alfred Khan, and this is why the team is so impeccable. I truly do believe this team is like Captain America's shield. It is unbreakable, and we all have faith in it because of the structure of how they're doing things. They're not here promising us things that they cannot deliver, and they do their best to do AMAs every other week and actually talk to us, actually get us comfortable and let us answer any questions that we want. So I do like how open they are, and everything about the white paper does seem legit. We have the great tokenomics, the burn system that's going to happen, and that's basically it. The team is so fundamentally sound, and when you look at Dan himself and the way he positions himself every single interview, you can see how professional they are, right? And when you look at Dan, I love the story, and I love telling this to a lot of Ecomi people just to realize that they were just like one of us, okay? They were just like us that just wanted to get things done. If you look at it, Dan was in the back of a taxi car and he was just doing last minute projects, last minute PowerPoints, so he can introduce it to a lot of other business owners and stuff like that. So it shows that he didn't care what people thought. He had a vision just like David, and they put it together and they went out in this beautiful world and made it into fruition. And this is the best storyline I could truly tell every single one of you guys. If you have something that you love to do, and if you do have a passion behind something, don't let no one stop you. Just go out there and try your best. The most that can ever happen is your idea will get destroyed. But that does not mean you will stop. If you stop, that means you give up. And you cannot give up in this beautiful world. So this is why this is number one for me. The team is crucial. And following this team throughout Twitter and everything like that, their transparency is ridiculous. I love that. The white paper looks legit and everything behind that is amazing. So that is going to be my number one. Number two is going to be very simple. It's going to be augmented reality, knowing that you can create something in a digital NFT format and then create it into the world that you are in. So being able to go outside just with my Spider-Man collectibles from yesterday and putting it everywhere and everywhere that I want it to be. It is so amazing. I have nephews and stuff like that. They have seen this beautiful NFT in real life and they always go, this is so amazing. The world is going to change. When you look at kids these days growing up, they do not just want to have a toy and that's it. Every single time you go into a van or SUV, they always have a back screen TV. They're getting used to technology. And when you look at it, kids these days are getting phones earlier than normal. Right? And when they do have phones, they like these type of technologies. These are the technologies that you would share with your friends. Of course, this is going to be game changer. And this is why $1 is so possible to anyone that believes in the Ecomi family. And whenever an outsider does come in and says $1 is ridiculous amount, the market cap is going to be ridiculous, I don't think you know what you're saying. I think to all those people that do not understand Ecomi or the logic behind Ecomi, of course $1 will seem ridiculous or radical and make you think like it will never reach that. But you got to realize Bitcoin started low and they didn't believe in Bitcoin, but look at where it is now and it is life changing. Of course, I have Bitcoin myself and this is why I believe in the project, right? The project is something super, super massive. So my number two is going to be augmented reality and how it is so efficient, how amazing it is. I can't wait for them to release more Marvel characters to see exactly where it's going to go. So this is super exciting for me. So that's number two. Number three is going to be something very, very different. We are going to be talking about gamification. I think gamification could be number two for me as well. But when you're looking at this beautiful project, it didn't come out yet, but it is going to come out this year. And when you look at VVverse and gamification, this is massive. Right now, if you do not believe in Ecomi, you shouldn't be watching this video because I truly do believe you're closed-minded and you're not understanding the possibility of what VV can do for all of us, right? VV is more than just a collectible space. It is for people to meet others. It is people to like other people's projects. It is very, very simple to see that Ecomi will reach $1 and it's just about time. If it is 5 years from now, if it is 6 years from now, or even, you know what? 3 years from now, we can truly see that VV actually reach those type of goals. And Ecomi as a company is going to make it through. For gamification, this is going to lead to my fourth item, but I want to talk a little bit more about gamification and why this is important. Have you ever wondered how much games actually affect us every single day? As a parent or as a kid or as a teenager, when we look at it, games are around us and we love that. We love to be in a different universe. We love to take our pain away or take our minds away from something certain that's going on in our real life and actually jump into something else and actually enjoy it. I've actually had a lot of friends that were gamers and they used to explain it to me like this, right? I used to be a go-getter, so I didn't really play too much games, but I loved playing games when I had the opportunity. And whenever I talk to them about games, they used to tell me, it takes away a lot of stress in my life because it makes me into a universe for myself. It makes me feel more comfortable being in that place. Basically tell me that they like talking to people that are just like them and they don't feel no regret. They don't feel no disadvantage. They don't feel left behind. They feel like a unit. And this is why it's very important. And the addictive purpose behind that is ridiculous. So this is why when we can get this to a younger generation or even us that love collecting but also love gaming, this is going to be a game changer. And when you look at the fact that this is going to burn a lot of OMI tokens throughout the sequence, it is going to be massive. So this is why a lot of people are asking me, why did they not leave OMI tokens behind? This is the exact purpose. We're not just trying to reach 1 million people. We're trying to reach more than that. And for that purpose, we need to make sure we have a lot of OMI tokens in order for us to burn them, but also for a lot of people to buy gems and transform that into different assets for them to create or buy, right? So when we're looking into that way, this is pretty dope, okay? So like I said, this is going to be big. If you are into games, just like me and how I do like to play games at times, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is truly a game changer. And if you guys did not get the Spider-Man drop, I do recommend just to get one thing. So guys, do me a favor. If you do like the VV app, try to get anything that you like and have fun with it, because when it does come to gamification and you're able to use that item in a gameplay situation, I would love for everyone to have that opportunity to do so, because I don't want no one to be left behind. I want everyone to enjoy this experience, because this experience is actually going to change a lot of lives and actually get us pushing towards the future. So that is going to be my third topic, but the gamification is going to jump into my fourth topic by saying virtual goods. So this is where it gets really juicy for a lot of people. Virtual goods is basically a game item being dropped behind. So virtual goods could be two things, of course. It could be a tree, it could be a plant, a fountain to decorate your inside showroom, or it can also be in a game scenario. So pretend you're playing a game scenario and they dropped a hat or they dropped a glove, and those gloves could be in a different rarity case. So it could be common, rare, uncommon, ultra rare, secret rare. So those items itself can have some value behind it. And of course, you could go to secondary market, sell it, or you could keep it as a treasure. I do believe it's going to be hard for a lot of people to get that throughout the game. Also, I do remember them even saying that they are also going to be able to give out OMI tokens. And when we're looking at this, I'm still mind blown how ridiculous this is going to be. Virtual goods with gamification. See, for gamification, you are going to get OMI tokens. Pretend like you're dropping into a game. Every single day you have to do a task and you get whatever it is for that day. And throughout that day, maybe the 7th week, they'll give you free OMI tokens or something of that nature to complete those tasks and actually make you level up. There is a way for you to buy your way out, or there is a way to actually earn it by experience. Okay, so those are going to be a little bit challenging if you do not have money, but if you love gamification, this is going to be dope, especially if you love playing games. And for the virtual goods, yes, you could get a tree and everything like that. And the real cool thing is it is minted with high grade. There's going to be really high grade of minting versus small grade of minting. And this is where the rarity comes from, right? And this is why I'm trying to say, if you do love games, this is going to be a game changer. And I do believe Ecomi, out of every other company in this world, is going to achieve this quicker and actually do it the right way. When you look at the metaverse, I did look at the metaverse and the gameplay of metaverse, it wasn't that bad. When you look at the graphics behind it, it's still not bad. Of course, there is some bugs and tweaking they have to do, but to say the least, it is still a fantastic place to start. So I have to give it up to the Ecomi team and also the Ecomi family and the followers and the community behind them, because without you guys, this would not be possible. So this is more or less for all the people that are putting in the work behind the scenes, buying OMI tokens, going to VV every single week, trying to buy an NFT and actually share with a lot of people. So this is really, really important. Last but not least, this is very, very cool. It's like show and tell, but this is a social wall. Social wall is going to be very important, especially when we love to interact with each other. We like to make sure everyone's doing good. Have you ever went on Instagram just to look at your friends and see how they're doing? Or have you gone on WhatsApp to connect with a lot of people like your old friends? Have you went on Facebook to see the latest messages or the latest news? See, society likes to drive on people and exactly what's happening throughout the world. And when we're looking at VV, and when we look at VVverse, and especially a global section for VVverse and how it's going to be super impacted with us, the people, it's going to be really important for us to look at what's the latest news, what's really going down, and who's creating the most baddest and coolest scenery for their NFTs. So this is going to be really cool. And especially knowing, this is a little fact that I did research on, this is really cool knowing that each wall that you go to, like the NFT collectibles that you like, even your friends or even mine or even anyone's that's random, you can actually go and donate a little piece of OMI tokens to them to show them the appreciation of how great their NFT collectibles are. And this is really dope. So I am super, super excited. That is going to be my fifth. We do have 6th, 7th, 8th. I do have 10 things that Ecomi does so well that is going to make us reach $1. So guys, if you do not believe in Ecomi, I do want to try to convince you guys, because not to make any kind of money because I'm involved in Ecomi or because I have OMI tokens, none of that. It's actually to help people not miss the train of an opportunity. I've seen a lot of people fail because they take the risk the first time and they fail, and it's because of their friends or whatnot, and they just never want to give it a chance anymore. And this is my opportunity to tell you, if you do put in some money in your OMI tokens, remember, this is not financial advice. This is advice that I give myself. Even if you put $10 here and there every single month in OMI and buy OMI tokens, I know it's not much, but it will still be enough to realize that anything is possible, and it will give you somewhat of a great return. So like I said, OMI is going to reach the moon. My videos, a lot of people do find it a little bit interesting because it could be controversy when I say OMI token is going to go down or jump into BTC. I'm looking at it through a trader's scope of lens, and when we are traders, we like to trade. We do not like to hold assets for a long period of time. I do believe this asset, Ecomi, over time it will be better when we have staking, and then a lot of people will not be trading it, and a lot of people will be holding the token itself. So that is going to be pretty cool. But for me as a trader, I think I'm always going to trade it because I love the opportunity of realizing what you could do with a single trade and how much returns you can truly make. But guys, the truth be told is trading is a hard thing. If you do not know what you're doing, you will lose your money. Please make sure to just not go in there and not know what you're doing, okay? So we are going to jump into the markets. I just wanted to give you guys my top 5 reasons why Ecomi will reach $1 and how it's structured to do so. So if you do believe in that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me what is your favorite point out of my 5 points that you truly do like and how you think Ecomi is going to go. If you do believe in this project, let me know as well. And if you do not, let me know why you think it will not reach $1 and what is your future price prediction. I would love to know, and let's get the community behind this and let's have a fun topic here. So this is going to be really good. When we look at BTC, it's very important to see that it did break out structure exactly at 41,739, okay? So we've seen this beautiful break of structure. I do see this price actually going back down before going back up. So I do see a retest of structure. I do want to see it exactly at the same level, 41,000, 42,000, around that level, right? I want to see a retest of structure before it goes up. Reasons why I'm trying to say this is because a lot of people do want to be safe on the safe side. You could buy the market here, but the safer bet is having structure, giving us clues to buy the market. So let's look at this in a real good perspective, okay? So we do have another divergence, and I like to show a lot of divergence to a lot of students because this is really cool idea, cool concept of how to trade. So when we look at this, you can clearly see very, very crucial that the market sentiment itself for the market is going up while the RSI is going down. So we can see a rejection right here, and the pulse is going lower. So it did not make a higher high than the previous high. So it is going lower, okay? So because of that, it is going down, and we can see that the price could continue to the downside. What gives you more confidence that this could absolutely happen is even if you wanted to, you could just get a horizontal trend line and just put it on the top and see if anything does hit or anything gives us clues. And wow, look at that. It is not a coincidence that this happens. This is how traders do make a lot of money, okay? So when we look at it this way, you could clearly see that this level right here was respected before, and not just once, it was actually respected twice right here, okay? So this was respected twice. You can even see a respect right here, that there was respect here, and this was resistance pushing it to the downside, okay? So we can clearly see that this is a great line of horizontal support and resistance. So further ado, if that is the case, we could see a sell off right here, and this could be a short sell. A lot of people would say, wow, you're crazy, you're selling Bitcoin or that or this. Guys, me selling Bitcoin does not mean I'm putting everything into selling Bitcoin. We'll reach 80 to 100,000 this cycle. And for that reason, why am I going to be foolish enough to sell Bitcoin the whole route? Of course not. I do want the price to go down before the price goes up because I want to give a good confirmation of a support and resistance zone. Remember, the Institute, they like to work off these levels. They're not just here just buying random levels, okay? They're not just going to buy this because they just want to buy it. Of course, they want to buy it for the cheapest they can and have good structure, because every trade that you do take, make sure it's a good risk to reward ratio, okay? Don't take a trade that's blinded. Don't take a trade because your friend told you that. No. Take a trade that makes sense for you and use your own technical analysis to understand. So right here, we do have something very cool, okay? We do have a divergence right here. We can see the market sentiment is going up while the RSI is going down. We also have a good support and resistance zone. So we have two things that are factoring in that could give us a push to the downside, okay? This is two things. Once we look at the pivot point, let's also understand what it's doing there too. So when we put the pivot points, we can clearly see that R2 was retested. So if this is the case, what does this mean? What is R1, R2, R3, R4? These are all resistances, okay? When we're above the pivot point, you can see that the market sentiment is moving up, and R1 and R2 and R3 and R4 are just resistance, okay? These are points where you take profit of your trade. So if you enter a buy into your pivot point, you will take target 1 as R1, take profit 1, R2 will be take profit 2, onwards, okay? So this is why a lot of traders use this for using that as a psychological base to take profits, okay? When we look at R2, look at how crazy that is. R2 is exactly the same level as our horizontal support and resistance zone. And we already identified we had 2 supports and 1 resistance exactly at this zone. So that could give me a great indication that this could go down. So if this does go down, just don't be afraid. Don't think that this sentiment is not to go up. Absolutely, we are looking to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a valuable asset. But in the meanwhile, I am looking for a trade off of this level. If it does not do what I'm expecting it to do, that's totally fine. I will buy it off of R2 and try to reach R3 once I see the right price action that I like to teach a lot of my students. If my plan does go to fruition, we will see price go all the way back down, find support on these back ends of this beautiful zone, then we can see a push to the upside. For my Ichimoku students, I am going to put that on for you as well. So for Ichimoku, you can see we're almost close to actually being in a full-fledged bullish move to the upside, okay? Reasons why: we do have this beautiful move right here. This cloud sentiment is giving us a green, showing us the value is trying to go up. But when you look at this right here, guys, if you really look carefully, the lagging indicator did not cross this beautiful cloud, showing us that, you know, we are still waiting for that cross before we can see where the market is going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bounce off right here, the market going all the way back to this beautiful zone before it goes up. And when we do see that, we can see this lagging indicator maybe going through here slowly, then pushing all the way back up when this price does choose to go up. If that does not happen, that's totally fine. We just have to make sure that our pivot points are on, and then we basically see where the market is trying to go with our pivots. If it does break this zone, I am going to go on a lower time frame, maybe the 1 hour or even the 30 minutes, and try to execute a trade on the 15-minute chart, and then try to push the price to R3 and take my profit there, okay? So the sentiment for BTC, I am looking for a downtrend. That's the way I like to think it. But like I said, if it does not work and we do see a beautiful push up, that's totally fine. We do have more confidence that the price could go down. So like I said, we do have the divergence pushing the price down. We do have the rejection of R2. We also have a beautiful support and resistance zone. So you know what? This is a trade that you guys can take, but remember, this is not financial advice. This is advice that you need to take and do your own research and see why the price can do certain things, okay? And if this does go down and it gives us a lot of reinsurance and we do have a buy opportunity, we will buy there. But if it does break that zone and it continues down, the next line of support and resistance is going to be this trend line, and we're going to take a trade off of the back of that trend line and then pushing the price all the way back up, okay? So like I said, please be bullish with Bitcoin. That is the best way to trade. If you do not like to trade against the trend, that's totally fine. Trading against the trend, it does take a little bit more technique. Please be cautious about how you're going to take these trades and understand these levels before you do so, okay? That is for my BTC. I'm looking for a push down, find some support behind this beautiful support and resistance zone. I am looking to buy once it gives me the right candlestick pattern at that zone. Now we are going to move to OMI, so stay tuned. Let's get started with this. Right here, when we look at Ecomi, we have something already printed out. We see that if it did break this zone of 0.0034, we could truly see that the price skyrocket, okay? And I want to make sure everybody does get this clear. This whole zone right here, this whole move right here, we should just take it out of our vision, okay? Reasons why I wanted to say take it out of your vision, because this was actually the market manipulation itself. This was the move from the broker going up, and then it just dumped back to the lower low and exactly held the same position as it was before. So this is really funny to a lot of students that do not understand market manipulation is real. This is the broker that we got into. The broker pumped up the price just to get a little asset class for themselves, and guess what? And they just dumped the coin. And it's very simple to see, because when we do have a new broker, especially to a coin that you guys like, a lot of people will believe the FUD and be like, you know what? Oh my God, this is going to be massive. It's going to go up. It's going to change us. Let's just get in. And once you try to get in, this is where they sell off and take their profits, and they're happy. And this sell-off, they must have made a ton of money, and this is why they're happy. So when we look at this and the price does go back up, it could not beat the previous high of R3. So you can see a huge rejection. Yes, we are above the natural pivot point, so we are looking for a sentiment to buy. But when we look at price, how price is dictating our future moves, okay? Let me move these arrows away so everybody does see certain things. So let's move this away. Perfect. So we are going to take this right here, and we're going to go further on with this. Perfect. And Okay, so when we look at this, this is a support and resistance zone. So we could see price actually shooting up from here, okay? But the way I would like for a lot of students or a lot of people to see this, before I see anything, I do want to see a breakout first. And a lot of people say, what are you talking about a breakout? So this is a zone that we actually use to propel the market to the downside. So exactly around 0.0028, we wanted to see the market sentiment actually go down. And we were looking for 0.0020 before we sought to buy out the market. So it did not happen like that. That's totally fine because we had this beautiful news. The market DNA itself rearranged, and we have to work with that type of DNA. So when we're looking at this, it's very simple to see that we do have this beautiful triangle formation. And let's draw this out right here, okay? We could draw like that, or you guys could draw like that, but personally you could just go like this, and we could clearly see that this is a great triangle formation, beautiful triangle formation, and you could clearly see that it is going lower, okay? So once I draw this, you can see that the market is going lower and it's finding this beautiful triangle, okay? It's making lower highs and higher lows and finding this apex level, okay? You could look at this and people will say this is a breakout, but it's totally up to you guys how you dictate a breakout. But normally I like to wait for a thick candle breakout and try to see exactly where the market's going to go, especially for the breakout. If you're looking for the take profit, just get the beginning zone, line it up, and then put it in the front where it's going to go up or down, and that should be your take profit zone, okay? But right here, we are looking for something very, very certain to understand where the market is. See, the market could go down. We could see a false breakout. Then the market could go up. But we also need to react with what Bitcoin is going to do. If Bitcoin is trying to go down, and I'm looking for a pullback on BTC, and BTC dominance right now is 47. So if it's 47.15, we do have a low BTC dominance because 50% is Bitcoin. The other 50% we could give or take to altcoins. That means that BTC does go down. We can see that the price for altcoins will go down as well. But if BTC stabilizes around that zone that we were talking about, we could see confidence in all coins to pump up. So this is for certain coins. Of course, some coins will do certain other things, but this is just a chart for you guys to understand that what is possible in trading. So have it with you, just have it on the sideline and understand that there is a correlation on why the price act a certain way they do, okay? So if BTC does go down, we could see the price going down, but for this trade, I need to see a breakup before I try to take any position. We could clearly see that this right here, this zone right here at 0.0034 is super strong. If this move did not happen, we still have a lower high compared to this move right here, exactly at 0.0034. So you can clearly see that the market sentiment is still going lower, okay, if this move was not here. So you could clearly see maybe it's resuming back to the cycle of what it was trying to do. If this does not break this zone of 0.0034, then we could clearly see that we are going to go down, or we are going to range around this moment before we see a break of structure. Can I see price absolutely going down? Yes, absolutely you could go down. I know a lot of YouTubers do put false hope in OMI tokens and tell you guys it is going to go up now. It is just, there's no way it's going to go down. I don't believe in that. I believe if the market goes down, we will see the market go down. If the market goes up, we will see it go up, and we will take positions off of that. So we do have this beautiful symmetrical triangle shape. So wait for a breakup before you enter any kind of position, okay? The other thing I do want to draw out for you guys is very simple. Is let's do this right here. When we look at this, the price is going up, and when you look at here, the price is doing something very different. So let me get this tool out right here. So you can see that the price is doing something very different, and right there. So I just wanted to show you that the price itself is somewhat stabilizing a horizontal support and resistance zone, while here itself the price is shooting up. So you can see that maybe this is the zone where the price is going to go back up to 0.0034 before maybe it could correct itself, or maybe it goes up, bounces off, and then goes back up, okay? So this is a zone that we need to watch out for. Wait for a breakout of that beautiful symmetrical triangle. See that this is the trade that you want to make. If it is going to downside, we will take that trade. If it's going to upside, we will take that trade. So what is my bias? If you look at it, the natural pivot point is here. We're above it. We could see that the price is going up. It will go back down a little bit before it goes up higher. So we need to take advantage of that. So right here, we have the symmetrical triangle. We'll wait for a breakout to see exactly where it's going to go. If it's below the pivot point, we are looking to sell and see where the market's going to go. If it is above the natural pivot point, we will look to buy exactly to this level of 0.0034, okay? That is going to be my take profit if it is a buy, okay? Also, it is very crucial to see, if you guys do like to trade the stochastics and RSI, it is showing us a different sentiment. It is oversold, so we could see price actually making a false break to the downside, then pushing up. Best case scenario to a lot of traders, a false breakout to the downside, okay, a false breakout, then a push to the upside. because of the RSI and stochastic. If that does happen, we could clearly see something else as well. If this is true and we're going to see that, we could clearly see that this is going to go lower. I'm talking about the RSI. So the RSI move itself will go lower, okay? And if it does go lower and it does beat the previous low of 45.67, see that the market here sentiment is higher than this low right here. So if this is the case and the market does break that, this is a beautiful divergence. We could see price going up, but I don't think it's going to break 0.0034 anytime soon. And if it does, don't worry about it. We will take a trade to the outside, wait for a retest and buy to the upside. If this does go lower, which I can see that as well, this is very easy to see. If Bitcoin does the certain things that I'm looking for it to do and BTC price does go lower, we could see this absolutely tanking all the way back down. So at this very moment, be safe. You don't have to trade every single day, but have a bias to a buy and a sell. Understand this is still ranging, and also never forget 0.0020 is not too far away. So if you are trying to bag in your OMI tokens, this is absolutely possible. Also, when we look at the other crucial thing, when we put our moving average, it is below it. So we need to see exactly what it's going to do. If this diversion is going to play out, we'll see exactly how it's going to play out. If it does not play out the way it is and it just tanks on us and it just continues going down, that's totally fine. We will look for a reversal trade at a support and resistance zone before we go to that section. Right now, best thing to do, because we have a symmetrical triangle formation, take a break, look at exactly where the market's going. But like I said, I don't think it's going to break 0.0034 without any heavy news or any big news that is going to pump the coin. This is a solid base. We can still see price actually going to 0.0020. If you guys do like this type of video and you do understand something about technical analysis and you love me doing certain videos like this, please do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate every single one for coming out, watching my videos, giving me your comments, and letting me know exactly where you are in your trading career. Other than that, I do want to say have a beautiful day. John out. Peace.